Balotelli was always late.
Right.
So we used to give all our money to charities. So by Christmas time, we'd have like 100 and 150 grand in there.
Wow.
Just from Balotelli.
Just from Balotelli being late. Wow.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be like purpose. It would be in the building. So like we've got a meeting upstairs.
Yeah.
Like he'd just be downstairs, like relaxing. So he'd be in the building, come to the meeting. Like he'd just, I thought it was, you know what I mean? He's just a bit dozy, like that. But the rest of the fines look normal, working order, to be honest.
And that would be normal at whatever club you are at, would it? That kind of thing?
Well, when I first joined City, it was probably 10% of that.
Yeah.
But when I left, it was probably at this rate. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what would it always be being late for training as the most severe fine? Is that the ultimate taboo?
Yeah, because if a manager and your coaches have set out a session and you want to spend a specific time on that, and a player comes out late, it's just disrespectful. You know, the important one as well is that just say like you've been given a day off and you've gone out on that night, and then you try ring the doctor. Doc, just cover for me, please, because you know, man, I've got a bit of a headache. You know what I mean? That's why that one is so high as well.
Right, yeah.
Because too many players are starting to do that now, and the managers are getting wiser to it.
Do all managers have a fine system? Did you play for anyone who didn't?
All managers had a fine system, yeah, but every season it got higher and higher.
Just for you or for everybody?
Just for everyone. I was never late. I was never late, but we had a fine for fighting in training.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was like $5,000. And I was used to fight in training. Just because define fight. Well, yeah, I don't know. Scuffle.
Right.
Yeah, let's not say fight. Yeah. Scuffle.
Okay.
You know, if I'd lost or someone tackled me back, we'd have a little, and I always used to get fined for that.
Do the players then police the fine system themselves?
It's difficult because, you know, Company.
Yes.
He's busy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just looks like that person anyway. And he always kept a track of the fines. And because I was sort of like vice captain, one of the leaders in the dressing room, he'd tell me to take charge of it. But I'm not going to say to the manager, a player was late today, or a player, you know, didn't put his bib in the washing machine. I'm not going to do that. So it was only if Vincent Kompany caught you.
Right, okay.
So the lads were avoiding him.
So that's quite weak on your part.
Yeah, it was really weak.
Well, it's not.
Lack of discipline.
I'm not a snitch.
But so
no, I don't. But to be fair to Micah, I totally understand that if Vincent Kompany's basically asking Micah to narc, then that's not going to help Micah.
No, that is true.
That's not really fair on. Do you not find it?
Did you have to go?
Mind, does it not strike you as someone who hasn't worked been in a football team, because we weren't very good at football, as we've established? It's quite infantilising, don't you think? It's a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd take that very well. You sort of think, look, I'm a grown up. I can police my own behaviour. Do players mind being fined for not putting your bib in a thing? Do they mind, or do they just kind of accept it?
You could appeal it.
Okay.
As well, you had to go with Vincent Kompany into the manager's office.
Did Vincent Kompany have like a wig and?
Well, he had a fine sheet logged of all the fines.
Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, he's like a school teacher. You know, headmaster. You know, one of those guys who you just, when you see him, you just turn the other way.
But you were like the cool teacher who wants to be friends with the kids.
Yeah, I tried to be friends with everyone.
So did you ever have to go up to Balotelli and tell him that he was late and going to be fined, and you have to collect?
Yeah, I told him,
right,
I'm going to let you off today. But with Balotelli, you know, it was like every other week, so I could only do so much, you know.
You want to get him to set up a direct debit in that situation.
then Company's looking over my shoulder, making sure I'm doing my job right.
Would people have to give cash to Vincent Kompany?
I think you had to sign like a disclaimer form for it to come out your wages.
Right.
So there was no real getting out of it.
And who's doing that paper? Is Vincent Kompany doing that paper?
Vincent Kompany, yeah.
This is extraordinary.
That's what I mean.
This might be the best bit of radio I've ever been involved with. Where did he have like a ring binder file?
He had a locker.
A locker dedicated to his paperwork?
Yes, he was all organised, you know, lads are throwing stuff all over the place. And Kompany's just so organised.
So his actual locker in the changing room.
Yeah, so sometimes he used to have a padlock as well. Him and Nader Manua used to have padlocks on their lockers. So us lads used to just like.
Was Nader Manua involved in the fines process as well?
Yeah, he's like a genius though, Nader Manua. Isn't
Yeah.
he? Like he's like.
He's a very
clever man.
He's
got everything.
I mean, some would say too clever.
Yeah, but it's boring though. Boring. Chief is boring. he's in a fantasy football group I've got as well. I always call him boring.
Oh right, okay,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So
Has he got John Lundstrom?
he's not. He's in it. He was in it last season. He's just in the group, but he's not actually doing
a
fantasy
lurker.
football. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Right.
yeah, just overseeing it.
Yeah,
making
doing
sure
the paperwork.
All collaborators, right? Yeah. So we got a padlock, and we got them like a bolt cutter. Like. And we used to just yank his locker off, and then just mess all of his locker because.
Did you get fined for that?
No, we didn't get fined for that at all because
Well,
there was no cameras.
The paperwork wasn't in order. You can't issue a fine without the correct paperwork.
And Vincent, when he used to do it for Vincent Company, he used to be angry.
I'm not surprised. Well, you took a bolt cutter to his locker.
Well, it's all a bit of banter, isn't it?
And then did you take his fines folder out of the locker?
We just used to throw it across the changing room.
Oh.
Was it a ring binder folder?
He had all sorts of different. He had chemistry and because he was studying, wasn't he? He was at
Yeah, he did a
business.
He did
degree.
a business in
So
a
he used to
master's
have
in
everything
business.
all immaculate in his locker, and we just used to all mess it up just for being so busy.
And that is why I'm glad I was rubbish at football. couldn't have dealt with that.
There was a serious point, but all the money that was collected in fines went to charity.
It either went to, it was like split half. It was, a lot went to charity and a lot went to like the staff, around the kitchen staff and the groundsman and that sort
Is that
of
once Vincent had deducted his administration expenses?
And cost for a new padlock and some new folders after they'd been destroyed.
Yeah, it was intense.
Is there someone like that at every club? Like the paperwork guy?
James Milner was a bit busy as well,
Right.
but you could have banter with him, whereas company was just straight-faced.
Do you think there's an argument that instead of using the word busy, you could just say responsible?
You can't be responsible. You're only responsible when you go over the white line. In the dressing room, it's just banter. We can't have seriousness in the dressing room. Like that's where the banter is created, the team bonding.